I'm Swati Chopra, and I'm extremely excited to be here to moderate a panel that's called Shining Bright, and I think it's very aptly named because I have two of these amazing women who are shining bright in their careers, right?
Thank you.
So, before you really get to this point where you're shining bright, it's a lot of back-breaking hard work, right? So, which is that, say, one role or say one film or a series that really changed things for you guys as actors?
I still am waiting for that one. I'm not going to lie. But of course, I would say Guilty only because that was my footing into film. Like before that, there was nothing. Yeah. So of course, coming into Guilty, doing it, and then having that little bit of, hey, it was not just in my head that, hey, I can act. There was a reference point that, so I've done Guilty. Like, you can have a look. Yeah. So I think that really helped because whatever came after came because of Guilty. So yeah, 100% that would be my first role.
That also got your nomination.
It did.
It did.
Not
so,
the award, but the nomination.
But that's a big feat as well to get it for your first very project. So
yeah. I cried a lot when I didn't win, but it was nice. Yeah.
What about you?
I think for me, see, our first projects are always our turning points, right? So you tend to learn so many new things, especially because I had never been on a set before, ever in my life. There was no way for me to have possibly known there are going to be so many people behind the camera or however it works. So first project obviously was something I learned on, but I would say something that was a turning point like you asked, would be my first film set when I did my first ever Marathi film, and Rohit Shetty was the producer and he directed the first scene, and it was crazy because it was a big deal for me, first of all, to be the heroine of a Rohit Shetty film. It was his first ever Marathi film and my first ever film. And just having him sit in front of the camera and just say action was something that taught me how films are so much different than television. It's so much time that you get to have for yourself as an actor over there to just sit down, just take your time to get in the scene, in the emotion, and that's not the luxury we get on a television set. You're just taking, like, you're on, like, it's done, let's go. So I love that. I love the fact that I could finally show my true talent over here, just by taking the time that I truly deserve. As an actor, I think we do deserve that little bit of time where we're like, okay, just give us a second, like give me 5 minutes, let me just get in the thing. And I got that on a film set, and I absolutely love that. So I think that will be my first ever Marathi film.
So I guess first are always important, right? I mean, for both of you chose the first one. You know, we of course know that OTT has had such a huge influence in our lives. I think not just not for the actors, but also for all of us present here. It's somewhere, opened us to cinema like never before, right? But as actors, how do you feel it has democratized opportunities for you all?
So I have a two-part answer. Sure. I do believe when I was starting out, it was the prime of OTT. You could say it was 2020 when everything was just booming, and at that time I remember all of us were just so grateful because everyone was just like, yes, finally you get a chance. Not just actors, writers, directors, everybody is getting a fair playing field, and you get your chance and you showcase your work, and if you're good, that's it, that's all it takes. You just got to be good. So that's one part, and that's amazing, and for that I'll forever be grateful, and I know there are bunch of creative people who are forever grateful for that, and even today are getting their firsts because of OTT. I do feel now we're at a bit of a turning point where I feel like even this fair playing field is going back to, hey, but A-lister ko kyun nahi kar sakte? Let's try. Like if all the A-listers are on OTT, let us also get one. So then it's like, hey, okay, where's the level playing field going now? Or the following bit of it, like, I mean, picking an actor because they fit your role, of course, great, as you must. But picking one actor over the other because even if you feel they don't fit the role as much, but because they have a better following, quote unquote, on social media, I feel it's getting a bit of murky waters. And I personally, as an actor who's found her footing because of OTT, that breaks my heart a bit.
You know, I think that is something a lot of actors have been voicing, but once she gives the answer, I think I'm going to get back to that point. What would you say?
So, if you ask me, I feel like initially when we just had, let's just say, films and television, this addition of a new platform has given us an extra opportunity. If not here, if not there, we can always try here, right? But at the same time, there's so much variation that OTT's got for us. Something I feel like, see, when you make a film, it's for the masses. You want people to turn up at the theaters. You want the film to make money, right? In terms of television, it does target a certain sect of people. The stories are a certain way which you cannot experiment with. You're like kind of restricted in terms of content in television. But now OTT has given us that one platform where now you can experiment. You can, let's just say, do a film which is massy. Even if it's not, you can do it. You can do like a limited series, all seasons wise. So there's so much more in terms of like you said, like directors and writers, for them to experiment and finally put out things that are relatable, let's just say, to like our generation. So finally, so for that, I am kind of like thankful for OTT. In terms of competition, truly, we as actors, as artists, can never know what the casting director or the director or the producer is looking for. If it is, you know, we always feel like, oh, we have to be good. So that is true. Like, we just have to do our job. Now you never really question when you do get selected for a part, right? Like, oh, why did I get selected? It's only when, like, you know, sometimes you don't get selected and then you think, oh, this could have been the reason why I wasn't really taken in the thing. But it's something that you can never know, like why were we not taken, or why were we taken? Because a lot of projects, of course, a few people have been going, like you said, like in terms of influencers for their numbers. But I don't know, like, because if that's what they're going for, they're going to go for that. But I don't think everybody goes for that.
Sure, 100%.
Yeah. So it's very different. We can never know. It's not something that we can foresee. Oh, so this is going to be that. It's never. There are times when they're like, we just need a good actor, and then there are times like, oh, but we need numbers also. It's very tricky for us.
But I think what she said and what you said, it is something that has been happening. I think the online following and the popularity online is helping actors to also get opportunities on OTT. One may view it the other way,
Correct.
like saying, you know, it's not good. But the ones who are getting it, for
Correct.
them, I guess it's a big boon.
Fair point. Very
Right?
fair point.
But I do agree, because that's something that everyone is voicing now, that, you know, the level playing field seems to have gotten slightly off balance.
Like, I don't think today I would get my role for guilty. I genuinely believe that. It would be like, hey, we've got one star, let's get another star. Like, why would we give a new person? Like, I can see that happening. So, yeah.
Yeah, but there are projects where they're actually, yes, like where they're actually going for somebody who is established rather than going for somebody absolutely new, and take that risk of putting there are like crores of rupees that have gone in it. So it's literally like a producer's like betting on you. So now if it's my money, do I play it safe because this person's done something, this person's film mein people have turned up, and this actor ke liye people have put in money to go and watch the film in the theater? Or do I actually have that kind of liquidity where I'm actually just going to put in all of my cash and like bet it on a new person? So it is kind of tricky. And at the end of the day, I feel like even as influencers, right, as an actor or as an individual, as long as you are liked by the audience, that's it. That's all that matters. If you're not liked by the audience, even on social media, it'll show that people just don't like you. I'm sorry, like, they are not going to put in money to actually come and watch you. So a lot of times, it's also an answer that, oh, look at the love that this actor is getting. People might, you know, come and want to watch this person on a bigger screen. Or a completely new person, wherein you don't take anything into consideration.
But do you think then in those terms, right, like if you're looking at popularity and saying, okay, this person can get us views, okay, for example, but may not have the skill set in comparison to someone else.
Yeah.
Do you think then it's a fair point?
See, as a producer, are you looking at the skill of an actor? Because then you should never care about the kind of likes or however the person's like relatable on social media, then you just make a proper brilliant film, because there are brilliant actors who will never have all the social media drama on them, because they are focused on their talent.
But I feel like everybody who's making a film is aspiring to make a brilliant film only.
Correct.
But they...
No. A lot of people are making films just for the numbers and people to come in, and just the film has to work.
I guess
It doesn't have to make sense.
Yeah, so I guess it's production house to production house, it's films to film, so we'll just, I think, leave it at that. And if, we could move on from here and maybe talk about online presence, right? It's, of course, a very important part of today's world, not only just for me, but for actors all the more, right? How easy does it come for the two of you, because you are so popular online, right? To kind of put your lives out there without worrying about what it might get you back in terms of the unsavory things that come out of it?
So for me, before it was a thing and before I was actually acting and out there, it was like second nature, right? Like it was just fun. I was just myself and chilling and putting it out there. And that's when I used to get a following, because I was just like being me. And now suddenly it's supposed to be like, hey, you've not posted in a month. Hey, okay, but this is trending. Why don't you do this? And I'm like, I don't know what that means. So suddenly I feel it's a bit convoluted, but that being said, I guess because I'm a millennial, so Instagram is, I love it. I love social media. So it's not the hardest, but I feel like for me, I wouldn't say difficulty, but the catch-22 is when it's supposed to, when I'm not allowed to be organic, when I'm, or not allowed, but asked to do something, as against just like, hey, if I'm feeling this, let me just do this, and not on a timeline or not on a trending song or something like that. Yeah, so it's a fun space. I don't take it too seriously. I genuinely just have fun with it. Yeah, it's not the worst.
What about you?
To me, I feel like as an actor, it's become a platform to show.
It's your visiting card.
Yeah. It is
It's a
like
visiting card. I like that.
your resume. It's like your portfolio that you're putting ahead. So that's why I feel like people do take platforms like Instagram very seriously. Because let's just say if like two people are sitting there and they're talking about, oh, there's this girl, there's that girl, oh, but how does she look? Oh, then they're actually going to visit your page, and they're actually going to want to see how you look without your makeup. So for me, or what your personality is like, how do you speak, and what's the kind of work you've done. So for me, it's just like a job thing. So do I actually put out my real, complete, 100% organic self out there? No. Because it's, why will I put it out to the world? That's for my family people. That's for my best friends. That's for my, my closest people.
A little bit of mystery is good, right?
Yeah. So I only tell people what I want them to know about me. And only those things you should put out. It's not a compulsion that you have to be real. You have to be organic. No. And even if let's just say, I put up certain pictures, I try and want to make it look nice, because I am putting it out there, right? Otherwise, it's just like, why? If I don't want to put up something where I'm actually all decked up, all dolled up, right? Or just something organic, then that's the vibe I'm going for. But it's also always something that I want people to see. So now if that reaction, whatever I get from there, is obviously love and also hate, I have to take it, because I was the one putting it out there. So now I have to be open to all sorts of reactions and all sorts of opinions.
I guess it's not the easiest to do that, to kind of handle unsavory things, but I guess it comes with the job and then you learn, right? Yeah. We've of course spoken about, the influence that OTT has had, the influence social media has had on our lives, right? As actors today, if say you had to debut in the 90s, right? How difficult do you think it would have been?
I think I love acting because of the 90s. So
kind of getting a break and going out there, showcasing your talent. How different or difficult do you think it would have been back in the 90s for you guys?
I can't tell. I can't say, but I feel like then for sure they didn't take it so seriously. I could be wrong, but I feel like, at least as an audience, when you look at the films, you're like, they were just having fun. And it was just great. I do feel like there was more opportunity then? Or no, maybe not. Maybe not.
I don't think we would know how to get in.
also.
Yeah, I honestly wouldn't even know like what's the process, right? Like how do you do it, or like what's like today a lot of these casting agencies put out audition posts.
Yeah, how
right?
did it work before?
Yeah, how do you get into the industry? First of all, I wouldn't know that, or probably I would just like be standing outside Film City or something, hoping one day some director who's passing by in the car would just like see me waving. I honestly don't know if it was the 90s, how I would get in the industry first.
Well, one thing I would say is I feel like if you are quote unquote a star or whatever in the 90s, that love and that madness that the audiences had for them then, I don't think can be replicated today.
And also what's
Cannot.
good is like whatever gossips and all of these things would come out of the set in the 90s were not legitimate, because it wasn't like all of these, no, I'll tell you what, it wasn't these actual portals like putting it out. It was just like, you know, via thingy. Today's life, if you have a fight with anybody on the set, it's out there. Or somebody's recording it on your phone. It's like public. So that I feel like a lot of secrets were also kept back then, which we don't know about, and a lot of like wrong things today we as girls stand up for through social media.
That's
That
what
this
I'm
is
saying,
what's
that also-
happened to me. This is what I went through, and you stand up for each other. If you're a girl's girl, you speak for another girl, and like a lot of wrong things that probably as a rumor or I don't know, don't happen now. Nobody would dare to do these things in our generation, in the time that we're living in. So I'm also thankful to social media.
That's also because it gives everyone the platform, an equal platform to kind of voice what they feel
Yeah.
about a situation.
Yeah.
So that way, of course, it helps. You know, before I go and open the floor for questions, I have two very quick questions for y'all, okay? If not an actor, what would you guys be?
PR agent.
PR agent?
Yeah,
Are there any PR agent guys here? Do you think, like, anybody from PR agency is here?
Wants to hire me.
No. It's such a difficult job.
I was a PR agent for a
Yeah.
year before I started acting. I love PR. I just think I'm good with people. I'm that person who's like, I'll also write the pegs to my team. I was like, hey, what about this? I think this could be cool. So I've got that inherent thing. So yeah, I'd
You
love to
answered
be a
that
PR
in a
agent.
beat.
Yeah,
You
because
clearly
I've
loved
been
it.
one, and I hope to be one eventually. Like do something with PR. Eventually, when I have a decent footing with films.
What about you?
So this is what I decided in life to do, because I never knew I was going to be an actor. I thought I was going to be an air hostess, because I was like, since I'm pretty, I'll get the job. I'll get to travel the world, stay in the best hotels and everything. My mom was like, you then focus on your study and just be a pilot now then. So like, oh, that's also another thing. Yeah, I could be a pilot. So it's either or, as long as I get to travel and like eat different kind of cuisines all around the world and like just, yeah.
I mean, that kind of soaring would have been different. You're still soaring, but
Yeah.
right? Somewhere that you stuck to the word,
Yeah,
right?
I did, yeah.
What's next for the two of you?
Workwise. So I'm currently shooting my Telugu Tamil debut, and I'm doing an Amazon show, an OTT show, which I start shooting in the next week. But I don't think that's announced. So whenever it's announced,
Now it's
y'all will know. Yeah.
What about
For me, I am. There's talks going on, so I'm not sure if I can talk, because there's not like a project which is like midway and I've done like these many shoots or something like that. There are talks going on, so it's nothing started, so nothing that I can really tell you that.
But I'm sure it's going to be great.
Yeah, has to be. That's why I'm waiting.
Yeah.
Nothing less than great.
Thank you so much for talking to me.
Thanks so much.
Does anybody have questions for them?
No, I don't think so.
Did I ask everything?
Yeah.
Was I that good? I don't think so,
Killed it.
guys. I just had 22 minutes. All right, I think that's it. But thank you so much for talking to me. It was a
Thank
real
you so
pleasure.
much.
I wish
Thank
we
you.
could talk some more, because I think some of the points were really interesting. I did have some more to add, but that was...
Next time.
Yeah. Yes.
Yeah.
Thank you so much, you guys, and good luck.
Thank you.
Before both of you go, and Swati, thank you so much for a great panel discussion. Thank you. Can we please clap for this panel discussion? Clap harder and louder, everybody who's sleeping behind right there over there. Actually, there is no one sleeping, because we had some really eye-opening answers by Tejasswi and by you as well. So thank you so much. अभी एक छोटा सा गेम है हमारे पास में. Never have I ever, जो आपने कभी नहीं खेला होगा, obviously. Never even heard of it. Never have I ever heard of Never have I
Yeah, I
ever.
was just going to say.
Correct. रंजन साहब, आपके लिए सबसे पहले बहुत सारे सवाल, और आपको मुझे बताना है आपने किया या नहीं किया है.
Or
और
are those
उसके
questions
बलबूते
only for her?
for right now,
so
and
I
then of
don't have
course
to.
it's your turn later. Yeah. Okay. Never have I ever let my friends set me up on a blind date.
Have not. No way. Never going on a blind date.
Okay. Would you like to try if there was an
Absolutely
You can't take
not.
that risk. Look at her reaction. She's like, I know my friends.
Absolutely not. I am that person who needs to know kaha, kab, kaise, what time, what's he wearing, what's his eye color. Cannot do a blind date.
option? Okay. Never have I ever been asked out by a co-star or have asked a co-star out for a date.
Both ways.
Nice! Can we know the juicy details of this great situation?
The cliched set romance thingy.
You're going to give me the
Yeah,
dates?
no more.
No. अच्छा ठीक है. Never have I ever recreated a Bollywood scene with my partner.
Have not.
Okay. Never have I ever gone out with someone only because they look good.
I mean, I'd like to believe everyone have gone out with looks good.
Yeah.
So I guess I have in
Yeah,
a way.
okay.
Or I have not. Something.
Something in the middle.
Something in the middle.
ठीक है. Never have I ever stood somebody up ever.
Stood somebody up, never.
Yeah. Never have I ever started planning a wedding after one date.
I've never planned a wedding in my life. I'm that person who has no damn idea. No, I have not.
Not even like the slightest. Like
I'm not that person. Like everyone, like when my friends get married, like of course we all know our lehengas and of course we know which song. I'm like, no, I don't.
But कभी किसी ने आपको बहुत खूबसूरत बुला दिया आपके दिमाग में नहीं होता है and then
बिल्कुल.
suddenly you have like a dupatta and you're like running around.
Not at all. Not
That's
at
me
all.
then. That's just
Yeah.
me. Right. Okay. अब तेजस्वी की बारी है. Claps for Akansha. Thank you so much. Tejasswi, never have I ever written a love letter to someone.
I have, I think.
अरे इतना मतलब ऐसा मुंह बना के क्यों? You have written तो चलो अभी
No,
कहानी.
I've written a love letter, but that letter had more like complaints.
That's not allowed.
But it came out, it only happens to people you love, right? Yeah, no, the letter was like, so yesterday I was upset about these things, because this is what I was thinking, blah, blah, blah. But then I love you.
Fine. I mean that's your love language then, is it?
Yeah, I guess.
Okay. Nice one. Never have I ever started planning a wedding with someone that I just recently met.
No.
No.
But
थोड़ा बहुत यार.
Don't normalize this,
No,
please.
No, I'm not normalizing. I'm just like
I
that.
have not, but then I've also thought, let's just say if this turns into something serious, do I see myself marrying the person? Because I've never really taken relationships as like, let's just go with the flow,
Sure.
or just like a fling,
Yeah.
or anything. So I've always looked at a man and been like,
Potentially
okay,
with
do I see,
spending the rest of
see
your life.
him as somebody who I would ever marry?
Yeah.
So I have kind of thought
Yeah,
about
no, I get it.
also.
I get it. Yeah, makes sense. Never have I ever dated a friend.
No, have not.
It's a clear no.
I don't trust people who date their friends, man.
Why?
It's weird to me.
Why?
It's weird to me.
I'm feeling
Because
attacked.
now I can't trust you. Right? Because if you ever meet my friends, and if I tell you that he's just a friend, he is a friend. But then you have dated your friend, so like I don't know who to trust you. Like, so you're like dating your friends. and
Yeah, but कभी यही होता है ना मतलब प्यार दोस्ती
प्यार
और
दोस्ती
प्यार
है।
तो सोच समझ के नहीं होता,
how
right?
can you? Like my
Clearly,
friends
that's not your favorite film.
no, I have not. But then it's to me, it's so. My friends are so stupid. I could never date
अरे
them.
यार.
And they think I am stupid. And they think like, तू पागल है, मैं मर जाऊंगा पर तुझे date नहीं करूंगा. That's the vibe. That's a friend.
Got it.
It's never a friend like, oh my god, you look hot today. Then I'll be, तुझे क्या हो गया?
Yeah, पागल तो नहीं
हाँ,
हो
तू
गया.
पागल तो हो गया. मतलब it's like that. Like
Yeah.
it's. I don't think my friends even look at me as a girl.
Yeah. Okay.
Like they just like.
Jhalli.
Jhalli, like, you're a bro.
Figure.
How do you date that then?
Yeah, you don't date bros.
There's sweet chemistry. Like the first time you see and you're like, like it's that.
So writing a film script.
I can't date friends, and I don't know how people can.
Yeah.
I
I
don't
can.
know.
I can.
I
If
don't
you wanted to
understand.
know, I can. ठीक है, मैं बस बता रही हूँ. Tejasswi, the next one that I have with you is never have I ever let my friends, stupid friends, the ones that you have,
my
set you up on a blind date or basically wanted to make you meet somebody else.
No.
कि मुझे लगता है तेजस्वी ये वाला लड़का ना तेरे लिए बेस्ट बाप है. मिलते हैं, एक काम करते हैं, सैटरडे को तू मस्त कपड़े पहन के आ, हम लोग तेरे को इस जगह पे भेजते बोल के.
No, my friends are like ulta. They are like, ये वाला ना तू इसके साथ breakup कर ले, and then नहीं इसके साथ तू breakup ही कर. They are like never approving, and they're like not setting me up is तो बहुत दूर की बात.
बहुत दूर की बात. Maybe I'll play Never Have I Ever with Tejaswi's friends someday. Can we please clap for Tejaswi and the answers? Thank you. Now I have another segment where I'm going to ask you questions about your favorite desserts, and I'll give you options so that life is simpler. Ranjan Saab, ye aapke liye hai. What dessert would you like to take on an island where you're deserted? Cheesecake, brownies, ice cream, ya macaroons?
Brownies.
Which flavor combination describes your ideal adventure? Sweet and salty, fruity and refreshing, rich and indulgent, or spicy and unexpected?
Rich and indulgent.
Oh, okay.
I'm very specific about my answers, so don't mess with me. Go on.
Ranjan Saab's got like the precision of an eagle.
I'm in my zone. Keep it coming.
And I don't know why I'm calling her Ranjan Saab even. I don't know. It's from some Pichla Janam. This one's for you, Tejasswi. What dessert would be your ultimate guilty pleasure? Mini cupcakes, chocolate mousse, cheesecake, ya praline?
Oh God, none.
Oh,
I'm more like a
gulab
Indian-
jamun,
हाँ,
rabdi jalebi.
rasmalai thing, or like a South Indians ka paisam if you've had.
Yeah,
I love.
yeah.
I could
Paisams-
kill for but same way paisam, not the rice one.
Yeah, okay.
Yeah,
I
very
love,
specific.
I
sorry.
love the details. Okay,
Yeah.
what chocolate treat do you crave most on a bad day? Brownie? Creamy hot chocolate? Maybe
Haan,
in,
that is good.
in Paris or something? Maybe?
Yeah,
in front of like a nice little cafe or inside like...
Yeah, I don't mind.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah, for
let's do
everything.
that.
Okay. ठीक है, मतलब सारे आंसर्स हो चुके हैं. स्मूर की तरफ से एक बहुत ही
Hot
ब्यूटीफुल
chocolate, yeah.
हैम्पर आ रहा है तेजस्वी और आकांक्षा के लिए.
Thank you very, very much.